In a post-AI America, all of the world's problems can be solved with the invention of cars that run on carbon, effortless communication with tech interfacing implants, and even machines that design themselves. None of this helps Ethan, who can remember a time before these improvements to society. His daily life at the water recycling plant is nothing more than a monotonous grind. Wake up, clock in, clock out, sleep, repeat. He continually struggles to find meaning in an increasingly efficient and digital society. All of this changes after Ethan is selected for a sleep study, as old feelings and emotions start to flow back into him again. Ethan will have to decide if her past is worth his future. Okay, so The Stray is a post-apocalyptic, not quite dystopian sci-fi novel. I would say it's closer to utopian sci-fi, although it's really not that either. It's a post-apocalyptic sci-fi novel following Ethan, who is kind of living life in a monotonous fashion. Everything is the same, it's very familiar, and he just keeps going and going and going until such time when he is selected to participate in a sleep study where he is staying in a house for 30 days and a AI records his dreams and then tries to create things from that. Yes, it gets far more complicated and there's more science to it, but I won't explain that now because, spoilers. This book is definitely more on the philosophical side of things than some of the action-oriented post-apocalyptic sci-fis that you see. This features more dealing with past interactions between people, trying to figure out emotions and the meaning of life, and whether you can go back or forward with a person, whether you can change as a person, or, kind of what's the point of humanity? So there's a lot of philosophy in it, which I liked. I found it very interesting. I think the philosophy dominated a lot of the book, which is fine. I was just half expecting something different, which is irrelevant because, expectations and reading of blurbs. I'm not very good at that. So I liked this book. I think it was very interesting. I think a lot of the philosophy I understood, I got that. A lot of the conversation between people, I didn't get. Now, part of that is because I'm not good at parsing people's conversations very well. It's just not something that comes naturally to me, unless we're talking about book-related activities. I still think it worked very well because I understood what was going on, and I think all the characters made their points very clear, but the actual conversations that weren't directly scientific or philosophical were very unusual for me. Granted that, again, that doesn't mean a lot. I'm not a standard person, so that's a thing. Yeah. As far as the characters go, I liked Ethan. I think his change was very expected given the points of conversation in the book. However, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think he worked very well as a character. I liked him quite a lot. I think his ending situation was it was both bizarre and it worked out really well, I think. Yeah. As far as the other characters go, I didn't understand Cameron. I think she was the one in this book that sort of went over my head more than the others, and her conversation was the one that I didn't get quite as much. Again, I'm not standard in terms of people and the way my brain works, so take that with a grain of salt. I think as a character she worked very well for the plot, but as a well-rounded person, I didn't quite get her. On the whole, though, I think I really did like this book. I thought it was very interesting. It was more mental exercises than some of the post-apocalyptic novels I've read recently, which I'm always for that. I mean, I like action, don't get me wrong, but sometimes it's nice to just ponder and kind of work through a puzzle in your brain and figure out what's going on. And so I liked it. I did. I will say my critique for this novel, like my actual critique, not including the fact that I didn't understand characters, which is not a critique of the novel, but more of a note about my brain. Some of the quotes, like the actual quotations and whatnot, were spoken by different people within the same paragraph without proper dialogue tags. I got it eventually, but it takes a lot longer to parse through who's saying what if you don't have proper dialogue tags and if they're in the same paragraph. This, I think, is just a formatting issue. I think there was something a little wrong with the formatting. So it could have nothing to do with the writing at all, but it did take me a minute, and be aware. It wasn't a huge issue. I mean, I definitely understood the story, and I understood what was going on, but it always took me longer to figure out, okay, who said this, and who said that, and what? Now, so you don't actually need that to understand the story, and I think it worked out just fine, even with that particular formatting issue, but I did notice it. That's pretty much all I've got for you today. As usual, all of the links are in the description box below. You can find them there if you're interested in this book. It's a good read. I did like it quite a lot. I will note there will not be any book reviews for the month of May of this year because I'm moving. Yeah, and I'm taking May off from book reviews and work, not all work, but some work, so that I can pack up my entire house in a month. I will be back at the beginning of June with more book reviews, and then I'm moving middle of June. So just be aware there won't be any videos for a month or so. But otherwise, I hope you have a fantastic day, and do look out for anecdotes on my social media about the packing/moving process, because it's certainly something. Anyways, have a great day, go cause some trouble, go read a book, and I shall see you next time. Bye.